land of the free and the home of the brave. A promised land where people flocked for a chance to make their dreams come true.
This is a land of great opportunity, provided you do your work. Whether you're black, brown, blue, green, whatever you are, if you apply yourself, the whole world is in front of you.
Leaving behind the known to pit their wits against the best the world had to offer. The story of the Indian in America is one of talent given a place in the sun. The dawn of an age of civil rights transformed immigration policy in America, opening the country to a new breed of technically skilled immigrants.
I was working probably 20 hours a day, so my first impressions were really the level of rigor and discipline and hard work.
This determination to make it against all odds took these new immigrants to new heights in fields like academia.
Pritanka is indeed a remarkable young man. He came to Berkeley when he was just 15. He quickly became very, very accomplished in two different majors, chemical biology and bioengineering.
My research has been around the area of cellulose dynamics. So how do you break down cellulose? It's grass. So how do you take energy from grass?
Colleges, coastlines and California cool are all reasons why Indians flock to this part of America. And one Indian export that's creating waves is Bombay Jam.
Something like Bombay Jam is also, a little bit more appealing to the mainstream audience, because they love to work out, they love Bollywood music essentially, and this is perfect.
Oh yeah, I really like Radha. It's a pretty good energetic music. This is the beginning, right? And all the moves, right? It's gotta be from the hip.
Chronicling this dialogue between India and America is India West, a Bay Area publication.
The Indian American community, when I started working here, there were three basic areas that they were very dominant in, or at least prevalent in. And one was the amount of doctors. The second community was the hotel and motel field. And the third area has been technology.
Silicon Valley, home of the new gold rush. A modern mecca for the meritocratic. Success here has seen the community's status skyrocket.
Indians are only about 2% of the population here in Silicon Valley, but almost 50% of all startups have an Indian connection.
Raising capital was virtually impossible, and for me to get the first couple of $100,000 of capital, I actually had to call on 125 venture capital firms. So I guess learned tenacity, learned the importance of not taking no, and really learned my business lessons the hard way.
Lessons that other Indians like Sanjay Mehrotra in the process of setting up SanDisk, a storage solution supremo.
When we started SanDisk, my wife and I were expecting our first child. So making the decision to really give up the comforts and the normal day-to-day routine of regular job at a company is certainly, somewhat of a nerve-wracking feeling.
Building on their reputation as innovators and engineers, Indians haven't just conquered Silicon Valley, but have also climbed the corporate ladder, heading some of the biggest companies here in America.
Just being able to be part of the brand of a company like Adobe with Photoshop and its presence in imaging was a very attractive thing for me.
I didn't come overseas thinking that I would get the kind of opportunities I got. I came overseas because at that point of time it looked like a good job in a company I was committed to. I had no idea where it could go.
Growing up in India, I always felt that there was a kind of an instinct to excel, not only to survive, but to excel, to be unique, to do things that nobody else was doing.
Well, I think the Indian American community has been successful because of the values that we were raised with, values of hard work, values of opportunity, values of building for the next generation. You know, those are traditional Indian values, but those are also values that are core to America.
Moving from behind-the-scenes fundraisers, Nikki Haley, Bobby Jindal, Kamala Harris, and of course, Ami Bera are the first of a generation of Indian Americans to have entered public life.
I'd like to see 4 or 5 Indian American congressmen, and I'd like to see our first congresswoman. I'd like to see an Indian American senator in our lives. And who knows? I mean, I'd love to see an Indian American president in my lifetime.
Desire to serve in a different way motivates Deepak Chopra, doctor, author, and guru who's forcing a change in the way Americans define healthcare.
There are pockets of great scholars in India whose wisdom and knowledge is still not exposed to the West because it is couched in ancient terms or language, and it has a cultural connotation to it.
Taking the personal and making it professional is par for the course for the diaspora that's increasingly storming the arts.
I'm associated with the field of music that's called jazz, which is very much seen in black and white. So where is a place for someone of Asian descent who's a child of immigrants in the middle of all of that?
I want to convey that sense of being Indian and American and neither and both all at the same time. So I'm still looking for creating a sound that inhabits both spaces and is not exotic in any way.
In this melting pot, Indians have become American and in the process made America a little more Indian. Creating new families while retaining old bonds, improving immeasurably their lives, their communities, their new country.
And the South Asian community here is fascinating because it is so integrated, it is such a normal part of life.
I think that I learn a deeper appreciation for Indian culture every time she picks up a new thing. For example, bangles. I love bangles, and I thought no one loved bangles more than I did. I was wrong. My daughter loves bangles more than I love bangles.
By and large, I would say if you talk to Americans as to which immigrant community, particularly recent immigrants, that they have the most admiration for, most would say Indian Americans. And the reason is because Indian Americans contribute so much and take so little.
Traveling to a new world, making it their own. Indians in America have sought and found their place in the sun.